Planet Vero Studio is powered by the Nolan Group of RE/MAX Associated Realty. MyNextHomeFinder.com. Cindy Grossman. New York City born and raised, luxury retail management was her game. Saks Fifth Avenue and Nordstrom were her jewelry playgrounds. Had enough at 38, fled to Miami, where Neiman Marcus Bal Harbour found her. Recruited to Mont Blanc, where her regional position challenged her. Met her husband 4 years ago, and Brevard County she did go. COVID hit, she needed a new career fit. Age-defying beauty with Mary Kay, she did say. And now, here's Cindy Grossman.
Hello, 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 and welcome to Mesmerize the Mirror at Any Age. We have a special topic today. Mitch, I'm glad you're back.
It's a pleasure to be with you again.
Thanks so much. A very special topic, but a very important topic. And I'm glad to introduce Stephanie Wayne. She's with us today. She's by phone. That's why we have the earphones on for our live stream viewers. Stephanie was born and raised in Westchester County, New York. What a surprise. Another New
Yankee
Yorker.
fan? Okay.
Stephanie is a Yankee fan. I know that. Stephanie currently lives on the South Shore of Long Island with her husband, 6-year-old son, and 5-year-old golden retriever. Beautiful. Stephanie is a licensed clinical social worker. She received her master's degree in social work from the City University of New York at Hunter College in 2008 and worked in the adult psychiatric department at a city hospital for over 6 years. She's been practicing as a psychotherapist for the past 5 years and currently sees adults dealing with varied issues such as depression, anxiety, relationship issues, grief and loss, life transitions, and just recently this year, pet loss and pet bereavement. Excellent. Stephanie, so happy to have you here.
Hi, Cindy. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so happy to be here as well.
Very excited, and a very important topic that we should discuss as we're going into the holiday season. I mean,
yeah.
Thanksgiving is over when this will be airing, and with Christmas and New Year's, I just know a lot of people go through a lot of painful times during that time of the year. So I just wanted to get started. Not many people, I think, really know what depression is. Can you tell us what are the signs and the symptoms of depression?
Yeah, for sure. That's a good place to start so we can define for people what exactly we're talking about when we talk about holiday depression. So generally, depression, it's categorized by changes in mood, feelings of sadness and loneliness. A lot of people, they lose interest in things that they once enjoyed. And for other people, it could be more serious symptoms like worthlessness or hopelessness. And for holiday depression, this can begin as early as mid-November as Thanksgiving approaches until after the New Year. And some people, everyone is different, but some people not only have these emotional symptoms, but it can be exhibited physically too. So they might be having insomnia, they might be sleeping too much, overeating, or, loss of appetite, or even and this is a very common one, lack of energy or fatigue.
I understand that. I see that in some of my close relatives at the moment, so I understand. And we always say, it's more than they're not feeling good or they don't have the energy. We really think it could be more, so I understand that. Why do you think depression does rise around the holiday season?
There are so many different reasons, so I'd like to just touch on a few. But firstly, and the biggest factor, and this is a well-known predictor of holiday depression, is social isolation. So if someone is alone or they have few family or friends nearby or at all in their life, the feelings of loneliness that they feel often or throughout the year can be really intensified by the holiday season, which is shown everywhere. I saw commercials today in magazines. It's just shown everywhere to be a time of joy and people getting together and, that staying home for the holidays. Well, for many people, this just isn't the case.
Mm-hmm.
So social isolation is the biggest factor and predictor. The next one I want to mention is the financial strain of the holidays. Many people cannot spend more than they already do. It can be a very expensive time of year, and people are pressured to spend more money on gifts and events. And if someone is struggling, this can lead people to feel pretty inadequate during the season. They're worried on how they're going to do it, how they're going to pay for everything. And this can also lead to feeling, like a failure. The next one I'd like to mention is feelings of nostalgia for what's past. When people think about when they were little or when their kids were little, or they think about family or friends that are no longer with us that have passed. So these things, this time can bring up feelings of loss for many people that are intensified around the holiday, that they're just wishing that this person was still here. And it might even be the first season that this person isn't with them, their first Thanksgiving or first Christmas, and that makes it even more hard.
I could understand that.
And the other one I'd like to mention, which I think can resonate with a lot of people, is just the stress that tends to creep up. Many people are so busy on a daily basis, and if you think about the season, it's just more things to do, more money to spend, and you're dealing with doing those things in the same amount of time. So I look at it almost like a pressure cooker where you've got the same pot and you just keep adding things to it. And eventually it's just going to pop up. The top's going to pop open and explode.
Mm-hmm.
And lastly, I'd like to mention the family tensions and family drama, I like to call it, that is going on maybe throughout the year, people having conflicts or differences with family members. This can arise especially around the holidays. And the other one, too, which I think a lot of people can relate to, is just putting pressure on themselves and setting high expectations. That's really not coming from anyone than themselves. They want to buy the right gifts and decorate the house better than last year. And it's just this added stress going on.
I could understand that for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of people get stressed out. What are they going to buy? And then I just wanted to mention, there are many people that have not seen their loved ones, and it's going on like over 2 years because of the COVID. Yes. Absolutely.
And I cannot believe that this is going on almost 2 years.
Right.
And that's a really good point. And that falls into maybe the nostalgia of holidays before COVID, or
I think we lost Stephanie. Let's take a break and let's try to get her back on.
Why hire Cantwell and Goldman? At Cantwell and Goldman, PA, we take pride in what we do. That pride translates into better client service and better client results. At Cantwell and Goldman, PA, we provide high-quality legal solutions for individuals and businesses in Indian River and Brevard counties and throughout the state of Florida. Our experienced attorneys can help you with a range of legal issues, from defending a criminal charge, assistance with a commercial or residential closing, business transaction, or estate planning and probate matters. We are a full-service law firm specializing in estate planning, including trust and estates, as well as commercial and residential real estate and corporate matters throughout the state of Florida. Cantwell and Goldman, PA.
The Tommy Bahama brand is legendary for its sophisticated interpretation of inspired island living. Right now at Sunshine Furniture, you save another 10% on all Tommy Bahama home and Lexington furniture during our Home for the Holidays event. Experience the casual comfort of the islands with designs made of exotic natural materials and rich finishes. We invite you to make life one long weekend with the cool and casual style of Tommy Bahama. At Sunshine Furniture, our showroom is filled with the largest selection selection of coastal indoor dining and bedroom sets, sofas, sleeper sofas, recliners, and slipcover groups by Four Seasons, Capri, Classic Rattan, Universal, and Hooker, all in stock for immediate delivery. Visit our website at sunshinefurniturecasual.com, and don't forget our outlet and sales store directly across the street. Sunshine Furniture, 1295 US 1 in the Publix Plaza next to Planet Fitness in Vero Beach. Visit our website at sunshinefurniturecasual.com.
Water service? Don't let your money go down the drain. Make sure to get a quote from Affordable Water. Many times, Affordable Water's original price is less than the competitor's discount price. Yes, Affordable Water really is affordable. Make sure to get a quote today, because you haven't gotten a quote until it's affordable. Affordable Water.
Call 589-7677 or you reach 20. Call the Pure Water Pros. Affordable Water.
Are you opening a used car lot, pawn shop, a restaurant that will serve beer and wine? In the state of Florida, these and many other industries require a Level 2 live scan background check for clearance to work in your industry. A1A Fingerprints is your certified live scan source from Broward to Brevard. And if you're a medical provider, you need to be registered on the ACA web portal. A1A Fingerprints will help you navigate and comply with the law. Call 772-494-6556 or visit A1AFingerprints.com. A1A Fingerprints.
A great daily skincare routine can help with anti-aging, wrinkles, texture, tone, and elasticity. Cindy Grossman specializes in helping women look and feel their best with great skincare and cosmetics. Join Cindy Grossman's dream team and become part of the Mary Kay Sisterhood. Call 917-363-4641 to set up your one-on-one consultation.
And we're back. Sorry about that, listeners. And Stephanie Wayne, our psychotherapist, is back with us. Stephanie, are you there?
I'm here.
Okay.
I think we had some little elves in the room.
Yes, some elves for sure. Or
I think that's what happened.
the holiday stress, we've
Maybe
had
that's
a lot
what
of
it is.
yeah, definitely the holiday stress.
Yes, we were talking about COVID and people being apart from each other, and that makes it even more, more difficult, and that can certainly be something, still happening this year.
Oh, I would think so, because I hear more and more people are starting just to finally, travel and see, children, grandchildren. So that had to certainly be a big stress on anyone. And
absolutely.
that I'm sure was causing depression. Now, we talked a lot about stress. Is there any, thing that people can do to relieve the stress that hopefully won't lead to depression?
Absolutely. And this has come up already with, clients of mine. I try to work with people and talk about keeping it in perspective and asking them what the season means to them and what's important to them, and asking themselves how they can create at this time to be meaningful. So maybe that means doing things differently. Maybe it means giving of yourself or, being with people you love. But make sure that what you do throughout the season is reflective of what is important, because then you will feel more joy, less stress, and it will just have more purpose to it. And the other thing I try to tell people to do, which is it's hard for people to grasp this, but to eliminate some things during the season that they feel like, oh, we always did it this way, or I have to do this. You don't have to do anything you don't really want to. So you have to ask yourself, what am I doing because I feel I have to do it, or what can I do that I enjoy? So when you make something a choice versus a chore, it's going to be a lot more enjoyable. And the other thing, which is, always big with stress and depression, is self-care, making sure you're eating well, sleeping well, getting outside no matter what the temperature is. We're wearing hats and gloves up here already, but just getting out and, just taking care of the mind and the body are very much connected. And that's why if people are starting to feel stressed or starting to feel sad, it's important to pay attention to your body.
Right. And any other tips if they really start to feel sad and down? Absolutely, yeah. So
talking to someone, whether it's a licensed counselor, a friend, a family member, a neighbor, just having someone that listens and can validate your feelings can make a really big difference during this time. And people might find that whoever they're talking to might feel very similarly, and that can make a big difference. And I try to tell people, too, if you're feeling alone, find something you enjoy that will connect you with others. Maybe you enjoy children or animals, volunteering somewhere, reaching out or writing to an old friend. This can really sort of make a difference, this connection, and this finding things that you enjoy during this time.
That makes sense. Yeah, I think that's a nice thing to do, to reach out to an old friend or someone you haven't spoken to in a while, and that does make a difference.
Absolutely, especially if you're feeling isolated. If the holidays aren't what they are advertised like they're supposed to be for you, find connection in another way. Like I said, if you like animals, if you like children, maybe volunteering your time and just connecting with other people in a bigger way it can be very uplifting for people throughout the year, but especially now, and if they're really feeling the sadness.
Yes, I understand that. Now, I don't know, in your patients or people you have seen, do you see anything that makes holiday depression worse? I mean, is there anything?
Yes, absolutely. So, yes, for sure. So there's things that can help, and there's things that can make it a little bit, tougher and can make it worse. So not knowing your limits, doing more than you realistically can do. A lot of people want to say yes to everything, and that's not necessarily realistic. Definitely drinking to cope with these feelings can contribute to depression. Further isolating from others can contribute and make depression worse. And another one, too, is overspending. We talked about financial stress as a factor, but if you're overspending, this is going to be an added stressor come the bills in January. So, stay within your means. Get creative. Cut back. No reason to do something that will just make you feel bad in January.
Right. That's a good one with the finances, and then the bills come right in January, and then it's like, what did I do?
Right. It's like that's good. Now that's another thing, like another stressor. So don't do that to yourself. Spend what you can spend, or get creative, and eliminate that pressure to do all that.
Right. And I think one important thing too is everybody's in the same situation. It's not just one individual that's facing this type of stress or the holiday season. Everyone goes through the same thing. So people shouldn't feel alone in that situation. Mitch, you wanted to add something?
Well, I did. You're fortunate because you have both your parents. Yes. And you have your traditions with your parents.
Yes.
But a lot of us, including me, I don't have my parents.
Right.
So for me, what I think of is the times that I celebrated the holidays with my parents and grandparents. I don't have to duplicate that exactly the same way, but I think about it, and I think about what we did, and I do some of the same things. Maybe certain mementos or certain items have a symbolism. They bring back good memories to me, and that's what I do.
Right.
So that's
a
how
very
I
good
cope.
point.
Yeah.
Yes, a very good point. Those comforts and those traditions, and maybe special items your parents, your grandparents use. That's an excellent way to cope with, maybe the nostalgia or just not having the people here anymore that you wish were here.
Right. The comfort of the memories, the comfort of the traditions. Yes, I can understand that.
Yes, that's a great point.
Right. Now, is there a way to distinguish between holiday depression, and maybe even seasonal depression?
Yes, there is. So depression can be, it's really the onset, when it starts, and the length of time. So depression can start anytime. It can last weeks, months, years. It can be up and down. But holiday depression, I think I'd mentioned before, it can start, the onset of the holiday season, maybe right before Thanksgiving, through the holiday season, through Hanukkah, through Christmas, but usually it lifts in the new year. It's just that time frame for many people. The seasonal depression can start during any change in season. Some people actually experiencing it during spring and summer, but most people experience it from fall to winter, when things are getting, darker. It's getting earlier. It's getting darker earlier. For us up here, the sun starts setting now, I don't even know, 4:30. Mm-hmm. There's a lot less light. There's a lot less time outside in certain parts of the country or the world. So that's seasonal depression, the onset, as things start getting darker earlier. And that could last through the next season, from winter, starting fall to winter, and then winter back to spring. So it's really the length of time and when it starts.
Yeah, that makes sense. The winters.
Mm-hmm.
I remember those cold, horrible winters in New York.
Yes.
Sorry, Stephanie.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
I know, and now it's sunny Florida.
Right. It is odd. Like, you'll be watching something live in New York, and you see it's dark by 4:30, and then here we push it till probably about 5:30. It starts getting dark, but
another hour.
Right. I could understand how that could be depressing. Absolutely.
Yeah, there's less light, and when you have cold temperatures on top of it, now you're outside less with the less light. Now you're outside even less than that because it's cold. So, that can contribute. There's a real connection between light and our mood, and that's even been some therapies people have used. It's called light therapy. Right. To boost their mood for people that suffer from the seasonal affective disorder regularly, annually.
Right. That's a good idea.
Cindy, I think Stephanie's given us a lot of interesting ideas that I never thought of about causes of depression. Mm-hmm. And I think one of the things that she brings up that's an excellent suggestion, especially for men who tend to hold things in more, who tend not to admit that we may have issues, is to at least talk about your concerns, your anxieties with, if you're not a therapist, at least talk about it with your spouse, at least talk about it with someone that is willing to listen as a good sounding board, so that you can get out your concerns and your frustrations in a creative way, or at least not a harmful way, like, as she suggested, sometimes people drink too much.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, anyone. It doesn't have to be, people sometimes are intimidated by therapists or counselors, or, not every down mood or sad time of year needs professional intervention. It could really be just telling or talking to anyone. Like, hey, what do you think about the holidays? Do you have any feelings about them that, might not be all joyful? And you never know, a lot of people, this is a lot more common than I think people express to other people.
Right. And even though somebody does not suffer from depression, it sounds like they can still fall into a depression during the holidays. So that's important. I have one question. Stephanie, do you see people on Zoom? Do you do therapy over anything like that?
I do.
Oh, great.
The pandemic, I do. I'm licensed only in New York, but at the end, I can give you, my email. Anyone can email me, but in terms of, anyone seeking help, I'm going to give you a phone number and a national website, things
Sounds
like
good.
that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go for it. Let us know.
Okay, so it is called, it's SAMHSA. I'll spell it for you. It's SAMHSA. It stands for Substance Abuse Mental Health Services Administration. It's a mouthful, but it is a national hotline, phone number, website. They can refer people to all different types of programs, professionals within their state, within their city. I'm going to give you the phone number.
Okay.
It's 1-800-662-HELP, HELP. In numeric, it's 4357.
Terrific.
So-
Thank you so much.
Thank you so
you're
much.
welcome.
It was
Thank
great
you,
talking to
Stephanie.
you. Thank you. I
Well,
feel better.
We'll have you on again for other topics. Thank you so much.
for having me, and I hope this was helpful.
Absolutely.
To people, and I hope everyone has a peaceful season and a healthy new year.
You too.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.